What if everything you've been taught about good and evil is a lie? Imagine this. You've spent your life following the rules, swallowing your rage, smiling when you wanted to scream, all to be good. But what if this morality is a cage, designed to keep you tame, obedient, small? Nietzsche warned us, the good man is often the weakest, his virtue a mask for fear. What if the real rebellion isn't in virtue, but in daring to embrace your darkness? What if the bad guy inside you isn't your enemy, but your key to freedom? I used to apologize for my anger, my ambition, my hunger. I buried my bad side until I realized it was the best part of me. Nietzsche's words struck like lightning. You must become a monster before you can become a god. What if the traits we've been taught to suppress, our ruthlessness, our pride, our wildness, are the very things that could set us free? What if the bad guy isn't the villain of your story, but the hero you've been waiting for? Why do we fear our own shadows? Because society rewards the docile, the agreeable, those who kneel to an inherited morality. Nietzsche called it slave morality, a system where the weak label their oppressors evil to justify their own powerlessness. Carl Jung warned of the shadow, the repressed self we deny, only to have it erupt in chaos. But what if this isn't just about ethics? What if it's a war for your soul? You've been conditioned to hate your darkness, but without it, you're half alive, a ghost of your true potential. What happens when you exile your darkness? It doesn't disappear, it festers. Passive aggression replaces power. Guilt poisons desire. You become a stranger to yourself, smiling while resentment builds like a silent storm. Nietzsche saw this sickness everywhere. People who called themselves good, while secretly envying, resenting, living in quiet despair. Cognitive science confirms it. Repressed instincts distort into self-sabotage. Culture calls this being civilized. But what if it's just slow suffocation? The real danger isn't embracing your inner bad guy. It's leaving him locked in the basement, where he controls you in the dark. The escape begins with a blasphemous thought. What if good and evil are shackles? Nietzsche demands you go further, not to become cruel, but to transcend morality itself. Reclaim your anger as clarity, your selfishness as self-worth, your dominance as unshakable purpose. History's great disruptors, artists, revolutionaries, visionaries, all carried this fire. They weren't nice. They were necessary. Start small. Say no when you mean it. Want shamelessly. Let your shadow step into light, not as a villain, but as the long-vanished architect of your will. This isn't corruption, it's correction. Here is the devastating, liberating truth. There is no bad guy, only the parts of you this broken world taught you to hate. Nietzsche's real revelation? You are the creator of your own values. Not priest, not tradition, not the trembling masses. To fully live is to stand beyond their concepts of good and evil, forged in your own fire. The monster they fear is just your unapologetic potential. So ask yourself, will you keep begging for their approval? Or will you finally, terribly, beautifully become the storm?